Hi, I'm Justin Ball, the owner of HammerHead, and in this video I'm going to show you how to replace your old cartridge on a single handle pressure balancing valve by HammerHead Showers. What we'll need for that, I have a power drill. Use it safely and wisely, and I'll show you how, and I'll speed up the process. I have an adjustable wrench, big one, 2.5 millimeter hex wrench, flathead screwdriver. That's all you need. And of course, I'm going to throw this over the drain so you don't lose that little tiny screw. First things first, we'll get the, and this shower valve has service stops. So we can shut off the water at the valve right here. So just need to back that screw out a little bit. And now I'm going to use now we can slide the plate off. And now here are the service stops on the right and left side. And to close them down, you'll just tighten them all the way down clockwise. That way you can open the valve, no water is going to come out. Okay. Then you can just lift that up and let any pressure out of it, any water out of it. Okay, so the water's cut. Make sure that's double, triple checked for the next steps. So we'll take this decorative bonnet off, and then we'll grab our adjustable wrench, and we'll take off the brass nut. From here, you'll just with your hand, extract the cartridge. Okay, cartridge is extracted. Now, what you're going to want to do is flush the lines. This is always wise to do because debris can gather in back here and can damage the cartridge. Maybe that's why your cartridge was leaking or something is wrong with it, and that's why you're changing it out now. So what you can do is step back because you need to prepare for water spray to come out of both sides. So I'm going to slowly open up the hot line. You can get a bucket if you want. I'm just using a cloth here. That's why. So we have that nice and flushed out, and now I'll close it back down. All right, lines have been flushed, so that's good. You want to do that when you have the opportunity. It's like making sure you put your best foot forward. Now, we'll take the new cartridge, and you want to make sure these alignment pins are up, okay? Alignment pins go up, because you can see in the valve, there's alignment holes in the back, and you want to get these right into those alignment holes, okay? So you'll know that it's in there because once it's seated in there, you can't turn the cartridge, right? If I put it upside down, you can rotate it, see that? But once you catch the alignment pins, now it's not moving anymore. So from there, we'll go ahead and put the brass nut on. We'll tighten it down. Now from here, what I like to do before I continue with the install is just open up the lines while I have the plate and everything off. So we'll just counterclockwise open up the check valves again, the service stops I should say. And you don't see any leaking at the valve, which is great, and you can run it. Water's coming out of the tub spout. But you want to see is there any water coming out of here, because if you didn't install it right, if the alignment pins weren't lined up and you happen to tighten this down somehow without it being in there right, then this is going to leak out of here. So before you do the whole reinstallation, just make sure that's looking good. And it is. So we'll take the little decorative bonnet here and get that lined up there. Get the plate. Back in there. Now this is where you want to be careful with the power drill. Not too much. You don't want to, if you over tighten this, the plate will compress on the wall and the screws will pull the valve forward, and you don't want to rip this valve off the framing in the wall inside or do any damage there. So just now, before we put the handle in, I just want to point out that you want to make sure your temperature limiter is set up correctly. We have another video on that, so please follow the manufacturer guidelines on adjusting the temperature limiter, which if your water gets too hot at the valve, you need to adjust this. We'll link to the video below so that the hot water side is limited in how far it can go. We don't have an issue with that. That's set correctly at our hot water tank, but please, whenever changing out your cartridge, make sure that you're recalibrating the temperature limiter, this red piece right here. So the last thing we'll do is we'll get the handle slid on here, and we'll tighten that down, and just, there you go, functioning. Water coming out, and there you have it. So there you have it. I'm Justin Ball, the showerhead guy, signing out for now.